Shalom, shalom. Welcome to Israelite Nation Assembly. Thank you for joining us. And if you are watching, I know what I'm saying. If you are watching, this lesson is definitely for you. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you're at. You could be down at grandma's house, eating some greens, or folding the laundry. Whatever you're doing, if you're hearing this lesson, guess what? It's for you. All right? The name of today's lesson is Fear, comma, the Sons of Perdition, comma, COVID-19. COVID-19? Fear, comma, the Sons of Perdition, comma, COVID-19. The Bible says that there's going to be a catastrophic event. Some global pandemic that will be the starting point to spark the flames of fire, stoking world fears. The Bible also teaches us not to fear. And that fear for the faithless is what easily besets. I'm convinced that people who believe are those who profess the day of salvation. And through their actions, it will prove that they will overcome. Your actions will prove that you will overcome. The Bible also declares that there is another people who in which are called the children of the devil, the sons of perdition, the man of sin, who with cunning craftiness will deceive the whole world. So you got to start paying attention. You must pay attention. You cannot go along in this world oblivious to what's going on. And Facebook cannot be your only news source. You have to learn how to gather information from other credible sources. Stuff that pans out a little bit. And see if it matches up with what the Bible was saying. And with prophecy, you got to know where you stand or where we at as an assembly and as a body in prophecy, within current events. I mean, Matthew 24 and 37. Through 39, if you will, sir.
Matthew 24, verses 37 through 39. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
It's going to be just like the days of Noah. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. He's prophesying. He's telling you. It's going to be just like the days of Noah. Come on. What were they doing?
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Marrying and giving in marriage.
Having a grand old time. So when he say they were eating and drinking, this means they were partying. They were and oblivious to the current situation. They're oblivious to it. And why would he put giving in marriage there? Because, you know, Israelites, he was making a point here. Israelites partied when it was time, when they had weddings. When they had ceremonies. We read in the Apocrypha one time when they had a 40-day party. 40 days they partied. The marriage ceremony lasted 40 days. People was eating and drinking in there, man. They was having a grand old time. You know these ain't nothing but so-called black folks. They partied for 40 days. All right, come on.
That's 24 and 38. request. In the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Until the day the salvation has come. They partied all the way up until the day the salvation had arrived. Noah getting into the ark is the day of salvation. Come on.
Matthew 24 and 39. And knew not until the flood came.
And didn't recognize what was going on until the flood came. Come on.
And took them all away.
And killed them all.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So also shall the Son of Man be. If you don't read that death is coming, if Yahushua said, when I get here, all those people are going to be taken away, just like they were taken away when in the day of Noah. Meaning they are going to die. Did all those people die? Yeah. All those people died, right? He said, when I come back, it's going to be the same thing. They're not going to recognize what's happening until it's too late. And when I come back, all them people is going to die. That's what he said. Give me Revelations 12 and 9. Revelations 12 and 9. All those people, when he returned, are going to die.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world.
Come on.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
And his angels was cast out with him. Read verse 9 again, because I want everybody to understand what we're talking about, because this is another scripture that's been just messed up. Come on.
And the great dragon was cast out.
The great dragon. Let's see who the great dragon is. Go to verse 3, I believe. Verse 3.
Revelation 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon.
A great red dragon. A great red dragon. Come on.
Having 7 heads.
Having 7 heads.
And 10 horns.
10 horns.
And 7 crowns.
And 7 crowns.
Upon his head.
A nation, a great red dragon, symbolizing a people. A red people. 7 nations with 10 rulers. 7 nations with 10 rulers. Come on, back down to, that was all the 3, right?
Yep.
Drop down, back down to verse 9.
And the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent called the devil.
So do we know who the dragon is, and the serpent is called the devil? Do we know who that is? Who is that? Who? Say it. Edomites, right? Edomites. So-called white folks, right? All right, as long as we on the same page. All right, come on.
That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
Esau deceived the whole world. He deceived the whole world. Come on.
He was cast out into the earth.
He was cast out into the earth. Watch this.
And his angels were cast out with him.
Now, most these people think that this is a red dude with a pitchfork, and he got a bunch of bad angels with him that got threw out of heaven, right? But we're reading the King James Version. That's what we're reading, right? This particular translation is the King James Version. There's many translations, right? So let's get this. Let's settle this matter. Let's settle this matter. Okay. Here, the word angels. This was translated out of the Greek into from the Latin, from the Hebrew. So the word angel here in Greek is angelos. Angelos. That's A-N-G-E-L-O-S. Angelos. In which that word is derived from Melalak. From Melalak. Or Balak. I mean, M-A-L-A-H-K. Balak. Which means messenger. So the angel here is messenger, not angels from the sky, not that, messengers. Messengers. So let's read 12 and 9 again.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the great dragon was cast out.
Esau, come on.
That old serpent,
Come on.
called the devil,
Because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
and Satan,
And Satan, come on.
which deceived the whole world.
And he deceived the whole world. Come on.
He was cast out into the
He
earth.
was cast out to the earth. He was given over to the earth. The earth was given over to the hand of the wicked. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And his angels were cast out with him.
And the messengers was cast out with him. The messengers are the ones that carry his policies. They do his bidding.
Right.
They uplift or uphold his philosophies. These are not angels, these are men. These are not angels, these are men. Either Edomites or heathens, and or Israelites can be his angels, his messengers as well, to uplift his philosophy. We have a lot of Israelite churches, right? Christian churches, right? They're Israelite born, but they don't believe, right? Like we believe. These are his messengers, because they are taught by the precepts of the white man. So they uplift his doctrine. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all understand that verse fully, right?
Yes.
All right, let's go to Ecclesiasticus 38 and 34. Ecclesiasticus 38, give me verse 34. They uphold his philosophies.
Ecclesiasticus 34. But they will maintain the state of the world.
They will maintain, meaning that Esau, the Edomites, and his messengers will maintain the state of the world. Read.
And all their desire is in the work of their craft.
In all of their desires in the work of their craft or their cunning. The heathen and or the Edomite is going to try to maintain the current state through their policies and by their philosophies. Maintain the current state of the world, whereas you have same-sex marriage, and they're gonna go even further than that. You can marry underage little boys and all kind of stuff like that, all kind of wicked, evil stuff like that. Beautiful. All kind of wicked stuff like that. But Yah himself has another plan. And all we have to do is remain vigilant. Give me Philippians 1 and 28.
The book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 28. And in nothing, terrified by your adversaries.
Terrified by your adversaries because of their philosophy. What is the philosophy of the white? What have we been seeing for years? It's open season on black men, right? Mm-hmm. Terrified by this is their philosophy. This is a policy of theirs. Shoot first, ask question last. Shoot first, get a whole bunch of money raised for you, go home, and everybody forget about it. Nobody even remember your name. You go on to the next police department to kill some more black men.
Exactly what happened.
This is their philosophy. The Bible says what? Start from the beginning.
And in nothing terrified by your adversaries.
Terrified by your adversaries. Come on.
Which is to them an evident token of perdition.
What is it?
Which is to them an evident token of perdition.
Say it again.
Which is to them an evident token of perdition.
It's just a token of the hell they want to put you through, because that's what perdition means. Hell. It's just a token of the hell they want to put you through. Come on.
But to you of salvation, and that of Yah.
Endurance. But to you, if you endure it, if you overcome it, it's salvation. It's salvation. Psalm 64, 1 through 8. Psalms 64, 1 through 8. Y'all following me? Mm-hmm. Okay, as long as y'all following me, I'm doing something right there. All right, man. Yep.
Psalm 64, verses 1 through 8. To the chief musician, a psalm of David.
Read.
Hear my voice, O Yah, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity,
Come on.
who whet their tongues like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
So you wet your tongue like a sword. How do you wet your sword? Do what? With blood. You wet your sword with a blood. With blood. They do their tongue the same way. This is their philosophy. They put policies in place. To wet your tongue, to wet your tongue means that you have a philosophy or a policy on killing Israelites. Through your law, you make laws to kill Israelites. Or you make laws that will have Israelites killed and then you will get away with it. Come on.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Come on.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Who gonna see what we've done? The institutional racism in America, they say, but you're free. But the undergirding truth is they put in laws to keep our people oppressed. That's the undergirding truth. Come on.
They search out iniquities.
They do what?
They search out iniquities.
They search out iniquities. Come on.
They accomplish a diligent search.
Oh wow! They accomplish a diligent search. They said, how can we keep them trapped in sin? You don't think they do that?
Yeah, they spend a lot of time.
They spend a lot of time and energy on how can we keep them trapped in sin? What do we need to do? We're going to infiltrate the music industry and put all kind of nasty, filthy music out there. With some WAP out there. We're going to put that out there.
And men in dresses.
And put men in dresses out there. How can we keep them in sin? We're going to turn the men into women and turn the women into boys. And we're going to put that out as an image out there. We're going to celebrate a man and put him on a woman's magazine as a transgender and say he's the woman of the year. This is what they do.
Right.
And when they get a notion to try to change their community, we're gonna infiltrate it with homosexuality and have them fight for gay rights too. Now, how did you mix gay rights up with black rights?
Right. Civil rights.
It's the same thing, ain't it?
No.
They out there like this. It's the same thing, ain't it? No, it's not.
You can take the rainbow. Can't even enjoy the rainbow.
Yeah, see the crack skills.
Yeah. This is awful.
Where we at?
6.
Come on.
Psalm 64 verse 6.
Come on.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
See, this is what you have to read verse 6 again.
Wow.
Read the
This
verses.
is a horrible verse.
Read it again.
Psalm 64 and 6.
Yeah.
They search out iniquities.
They search out sin to keep you in. Come on.
They accomplish a diligent search.
And they accomplish this by doing a diligent search. They say, how do these people respond? They watch us. Have you ever just turned around and seen Edomites watching you?
Yes.
They watch you to see how you react. They even say stuff to you to see how you're going to respond.
They do.
They accomplish a diligent search to get you trapped. To have you slip or say something or do something because they want to keep you in sin. This is the policy. This is what they do. They do it, not only do they do it individually, but they do it masterfully. They do it masterfully, collectively.
They sure do.
Together. They're masters at it. They accomplish a diligent search. Come on.
Both the inward thought of every one of them.
Both the inward thought of every last one of them. Every last. That's why. But not my white friend. Yes, your white friend. Yes. Becky and Sarah too. John B2, yes. Yes. I know he can sing, he can carry a tune. But yes. He might be, I don't know.
Hopefully with that voice.
Y'all going way back.
Like,
Can we save John?
well, listen, you can make him sing for you all the time in the kingdom. There it is. Every last one of them
At our feast day.
at our feast. On the outside though.
Right.
Wall. Hand him the
Outside the
mic.
gate.
Throw him the mic over the wall.
Right.
Every last one of them
And the heart is deep.
is deep. And the heart is, that means it's down in them. It's in them. It's in them. The heart is deep. It's in there. It's like ragu. It's like ragu. It's in there. Is it prego? Or prego? What is it? I don't know. It's down in there. The wickedness is down, way down deep in this. Give me Psalms 58. 58, 2 to 3. And then we come to
Book of Psalms, chapter 58, verses 2 and 3.
We did? We missed 2 verses? Only 1 to 6. I said 8? If I said 8, let's do 8.
Psalm 64,
I'm
verses
sorry,
7.
brother. We'll come back to that.
Verses 7 and 8.
Mhm.
When Yah shall shoot at them with an arrow,
Mhm.
suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Mhm.
All that see them shall flee away.
They're going to make their own tongues fall upon themselves, meaning you're going to figure, if you watch, you're going to see the slickery that's in them. You're going to say, I see where they're going with this. I see where they're going with this one right here. Give me Psalm 58, 2 and 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verses 2 and 3. Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness.
In your heart, because it's down in your heart, it's deep in your heart. Come on.
Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
You weigh the violence of your hand in the earth. Come on.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Wicked are estranged from the womb. When you born wicked, you born just like that. Come on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
They come out lying. Why? They lie.
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. Speaking lies. So it's down, the wickedness is down, way down deep on the inside, and they try to find ways to trap you. Find ways to trap you. So I'm going to tell you something about COVID-19. This is some very serious stuff here. This right here, if you've been paying attention, this is some very, that's why we're talking about fear. That's why we're talking about who's doing it. And we're talking about what's going on. Fear, the sons of perdition, and COVID-19. That's why this lesson had to come forth like this. Because this is some very serious, and this is not the end of it. We're not at the end. We're not at the middle. We at the very beginning of this thing. Listen to me. This stuff is serious. What's going on with it is very, very serious. I mean, it's all working, all things work together for the good of those who love Yah. All things work. And it's all working in conjunction for our salvation. That's what I'm telling you, brothers and sisters. Don't fear. Don't be foolish, but don't fear. Be strong. Be strong, because there's more coming. Watch this. Let's get the article.
This is an article from the U.S. Department of Defense.
Did y'all hear what it just said? What he just said? This article is from the U.S. Department of Defense. Check this out.
This is military to play logistics only role in COVID-19 vaccine effort.
So you have to listen to what they say, because remember, it's down deep in their heart. And he's always lying. This man is always lying. So you have to listen to what they say, and then listen to what they're really saying. You understand? Because they're going to tell you, because his tongue is going to fall upon itself and actually tell you what he's trying to do to you. You understand? All right, come on.
This article is dated for October the 24th, 2020 by C. Todd Lopez, Department of Defense News. U.S. military personnel won't be administering any COVID-19 vaccines to the American people once the vaccines are approved for use. But the U.S. military will lend its experienced hand in logistics to ensure the vaccine is available across the nation.
He said, did you hear what he just said? The first part was, the U.S. military is not going to be administering any vaccines to anybody in America. Then he went right back and said, but it will be distributed. You have to listen. You have to listen to what they are saying. But it will be distributing the vaccination all across America. The first party said, we don't have nothing to do with it. The second party said, we got everything to do with it.
Yeah.
This is the United States military.
The very next sentence.
The very next sentence. The tongue fall upon itself. When you're listening, the tongue fall upon itself. Come on.
Somebody proofread it. U.S. military won't be administering any COVID-19 vaccines to the American people once the vaccines are approved for use.
But
the U.S. military will lend its experienced hand in logistics to ensure the vaccine is available across the nation.
Watch this.
Said Paul Mongo, the Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy at the Department of Health and Human Services. The overwhelming majority of Americans will get a vaccine that no federal employee, including the Department of Defense, has touched. Mango said.
But how you going to distribute it if you ain't touching it? Come on.
Mango said during a Friday teleconference regarding Operation Warp Speed, the Department of Defense and Health and Human Services effort to find a vaccine for COVID-19. That said, we have the best logisticians in the world at the Department of Defense working in conjunction with the CDC to guide every logistical detail you could possibly think of.
So you got the Department of Defense, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the CDC all working together in conjunction with one another. To do what? What are you trying to do?
They didn't give out flu shots like that.
What are you to do what? What are you trying to do here?
We want to make sure everybody get it.
Let's read on. Watch this. Let's read this. This is some scary stuff. Watch this. Read on.
That effort, Mango said, involves things such as needles, syringes, swabs, adhesive bandages, dry ice, and trucks, for instance. General Gustav F. Perna,
What you need generals involved in this stuff for? Come on.
and his team are guiding all of that with scores of folks from both the CDC and the DOD.
I thought they wouldn't have a hand in it. The military is in charge. If they're the ones that's guiding the CDC, they're in charge. Come on.
We will have an operations center that will tell us
Watch this.
at any given time
Watch
exactly where every dose of the vaccine is.
So, listen. Every dose. That means every dose, every syringe, they got something. How do you know where the vial is at? How do you know where every vaccine is at? How do you know that?
It must have a tracking system.
Exactly. That's the only way you can know. We're going to know where every vaccine is, and they want to shoot it in you.
No way.
We're going to know where every vial is. Every one. You got to listen to what they're saying.
Read between the lines.
That's right. That's right. They're telling you what they're going to do. Come on.
Those operation centers, he said, will be similar to those set up for things like hurricanes.
Yeah, right. Come on.
We're going to have one just for vaccines that General Perna, his team, and the CDC are going to man 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day. Just like you see the lines that's going through for COVID testing, they're going to take you right through that line. You get the shot, I don't want no shot. Well, you go this way and you go that way because you going into the...
FEMA camp.
Right, you going into the camp over there and you go over there to get your shot.
Wow. You need a business.
Come on.
They will know where every vaccine dose is.
Mhm.
If a vaccine dose is at risk of expiring, they will guide the movement of that to someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
What Mango also said, however, is that the federal military personnel will not be involved in touching the vaccine or administering it to Americans. He did add that if state governors want their own National Guard personnel to be involved as part of a state-run effort, they will do that at their own discretion.
Mm-hmm.
The federal military will not be involved in moving any doses or injecting any vaccine, he said.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Right. He came right back and started lying again.
Wow.
Was that it?
No.
Okay.
More volunteers needed for vaccine trials.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there are 6 vaccine candidates that must be evaluated in clinical trials, and volunteers are needed to participate in those trials, said Dr. Matt Hepburn, vaccines lead for Operation Warp Speed, or led for Operation Warp Speed. We are anticipating large-scale clinical trials, 30,000 patients each for these products. Hepburn's each for these products. Hepburn said, therefore, we do need more people to be willing to sign up. If people are looking for a way that they can help us as a nation fight this pandemic, one of the ways they can do that is volunteer for these clinical trials. Put your life on the line.
Put your life on the line.
While more are needed, what's wrong with the monkey? While more are needed to participate in trials for vaccine candidates, many have already signed up. Dr. Jerome Adams, the U.S. Surgeon General, said he's been impressed so far with the diversity of the candidates who volunteered.
No wonder we ain't seeing that many homeless on the street no more.
And he said such diversity is important in a vaccine trial. Vaccine candidate developer Moderna, for instance, announced it has completed enrollment on its phase 3 clinical trial of 30,000 participants. 37% are part of minority populations, with over 10% from African American communities, Adams said. We want to applaud the recruitment outreach that's been done by Moderna, Adams said. They were able to turn around what were initially low minority participation rates by removing barriers and meeting folks where they are, and by harnessing relations with researchers who have long-standing trust with the minority communities. We need this to continue for other tribes. Wow.
Is that it?
They putting Jesse Jackson in there. No. Adams said those wishing to participate in trials for one of the COVID-19 vaccines can do so by visiting coronavirus.gov. Operation Warp Speed is a partnership between the DOD and the HHS, specifically the Health and Human Service components involved, including the CDC, the Food and Drug Administration, the National Institute of Health, and the Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority.
You hear that?
Yeah.
The Biomedical Advanced Research and Development.
That's it.
That's it? Yeah. All right. Give me John 10 and 10. Woo!
So wait a minute. CDC, DOD, HHS, Food and Drug Administration. What was that last one you
The
just said?
Biomedical.
Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority.
And research,
Yeah,
development, you
I
said?
got the rest
Yes.
of the verses, baby.
John 10 and 10. I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you, it's more stuff coming. And you have to be prepared at a moment's notice, because they are coming out with some stuff. It's coming. All right, John 10 and 10. And this is why it's coming.
The book of John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
You know who this thief is. This thief is, Yahushua is very specific about who this thief is. This is how you can identify him. Read it again.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
That is his ultimate goal. That is his ultimate goal. Come on.
I am come that they may have life,
Uh-huh.
and that they might have it more abundantly.
Give me Habakkuk. Give me Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2. Because we're still dealing with the son of perdition, and we're still dealing with his mindset and how he is and what he does.
2 and what?
2 and 4. 4, give me verses 4 and 5.
Habakkuk 2 verses 4 and 5. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
His soul is so prideful and is not upright in him. Come on.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Verse 5.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by
He
wine,
transgressed by wine.
he is a proud man,
Uh-huh.
neither keepeth at
He
home,
don't stay in his own homeland. He's in everybody's business. He won't mind his own business.
who enlarges his desire as hell,
Uh-huh.
and is as death,
He is as death.
and
Come on.
cannot be satisfied,
And he cannot be satisfied.
but
Come on.
gathers unto him all
He's
nations.
a melting pot. He wants everybody in the land together as one people, one nation. Uno, what is on the dollar? Uno, what is it? The Greek word, the Greek writing that's on the dollar bill.
E pluribus unum.
Yeah. What is it?
E pluribus unum.
Yeah. Come on.
Gathereth unto him all nations,
Uh-huh.
and heaps unto him all people.
And heaped unto himself all people. So let's go back to the top of verse 5. We got to deal with that real quick.
Habakkuk 2 and 5.
Rebecca 2 and 5.
Yea, also,
Uh-huh.
because he transgresses by
He
wine,
transgressed by wine. Stop there. He transgressed. He breaks the laws by wine. Let me explain this. Read Micah 2 and 11. Micah 2.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 11.
Mhm.
If a man walketh in the spirit and falsehood
If a man walketh in the spirit and falsehood
and do lie,
and do lie, the man is in falsehood and he's a liar. Read.
saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink.
So I will prophesy of thee of wine and strong drink. It signifies here wine and strong drink signifies falsehood and lies. So wine means lies in this particular verse. It means lies. Let's go back. Is that all of 11?
Just a little bit more.
Okay.
He shall even be the prophet of this people.
He's going to even be the prophet of this people, meaning a false prophet. A false prophet. Go back to verse 5.
Habakkuk 2 and 5.
Mhm.
Yes, also, because he transgresses by wine,
He transgressed. He break y'all's laws by lies and falsehood. Come on.
he is a proud man,
He's arrogant. He's an arrogant man. Who can bring me down? We the best. America's the best of the best. Home of the brave. What? Gonna bring me down? I go over in China. I go in Vietnam. I go over in Saudi Arabia. I go in Libya, and I beat everybody down. Who can take my weaponry? He's a proud man. Come on.
neither keeps at home,
He doesn't mind his own business. It's everybody's land. Come on.
who enlarges his desire as hell,
He enlarges his desire as hell, meaning he's putting everybody in captivity wherever he goes. They put him all under the ban. Come on.
and is as death,
Mm-hmm.
and cannot be satisfied.
This man can't be satisfied. He want more and more and more and more. He can't be satisfied. Come on.
But gathers unto him all nations,
Uh-huh.
and heaps unto him all people.
Meaning a melting pot. This is talking about America. This is talking about America. All right? Give me 2 Thessalonians. This is the nature of this man, the son of perdition, the man of sin, the anti-Messiah. This is his nature.
What you want to say?
2 Thessalonians 2 and 2 Thessalonians 2, start at verse 3. I think I'm going to read to verse 10.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3 through 10. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away
There
first,
must be a falling away first, come on,
and that man of sin be revealed,
Uh-huh.
the son of perdition.
The son of perdition. Let's read that verse 3 again.
Let no man deceive you by any means,
Uh-huh.
for that day shall not come,
The day of salvation will not come. Come on.
except there come a falling away first.
There must be a falling away first. There must be a falling away first. The day of salvation is not going to come until there is a falling away first. Paul is letting you know. He's prophesied. He's telling you what's going to happen. A falling away Israel must fall first. The temple must fall first. That's what Yahushua told us this in Luke 21 and 24. Let's get that. Luke 21 and 24.
Luke 21, verse 24.
There's two types of fall, and we're going to do them both.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
They shall fall by the edge of the sword. This is the physical fall. Israel physically fell. Falling by the edge of the sword. Come on.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
And we were led into captives in all nations. Paul is telling us the exact same thing. We're going to be falling away. Our temple's going to fall, and we're going into captivity. That's it, right? Come on.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. There's going to be a falling away, a physical falling away first. A physical falling away. Now let's see, and there's also going to be a spiritual falling away. Let's get that. Can't forget that for me. Luke 8 and 5.
Luke 8, verse 5.
Yeah, 5 through 8.
Luke 8, verses 5 through 8. A sower went out to sow his seed. And as he sowed,
watch this.
some fell by the wayside.
Some fell by the wayside. This is a spiritual fall. This is a spiritual fall. Some fell by the wayside. Come on.
Some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down.
Come on.
And the fowls of the air devoured it.
Come on. And they went away. They didn't gain salvation. Come on.
And some fell upon a rock.
And some fell upon a rock.
And as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away.
It withered away. They didn't gain salvation. This is a spiritual fall. Come on.
It withered away because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns. And the thorns sprang up with it and choked it.
And choked them out. So they didn't make it either. That's a physical fall. That's a falling away. Are y'all with me? Come on.
And others fell on good ground.
And others fell on good ground. Come on.
And sprang up and bare fruit.
And bared fruit
100-fold.
100-fold.
And when he had said these things, he
that
cried.
Was it? Verse 8?
No.
Okay.
And when he had said these things, he cried. He that hath ear to hear, let him hear.
If you that have an ear, please listen and understand that this is a spiritual falling away. But there will be a remnant of those, 1/3 of those, and I think that was verse 8 or verse 7, that did make it. Was that verse 7 or verse 8?
8.
That was verse 8. There'll be a remnant of us that fell on good ground that bear fruit 100-fold that did make it. So there's a physical falling away by the edge of the sword going into captivity, and there's a spiritual falling away, meaning those Israelites that did not hear the word, that refused to hear the word, and did not gain salvation. Y'all got me? All right, let's get back to verse 3.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Come on.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin must be revealed. So there's two things that have to happen. One is there must be a falling away. We know a physical falling away. We see that historically. And also a spiritual falling away. And there's another thing that must happen. The man of sin, the son of perdition, must be revealed. Must be. That's why doctrines like what we were talking about earlier about how Esau is the Arab and things like that. It's very, very damning doctrine. It's very, very dangerous. Very dangerous doctrines because the man of sin has to be revealed before our people can obtain salvation. So if you saying the son of perdition is somebody else or somewhere else, and you got the man of sin sitting right up in here with you, the son of perdition sitting right up in here, is very dangerous because now you out of order. It's backwards. It's backwards. You have the devil sitting right up in your class with you. Zeal with no knowledge. That's right. That's right. Let's see here where I want to go. Let's go on verse 4.
Who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called Yah, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of Yah, showing himself that he is Yah.
Come on.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
He told you these things. So how did this happen? How is he sitting up in the temple of the Most High? How is he doing that? So when you go into temples and all over the world, if you go into temples all over the world, who do you see in there?
Caesar Borgia.
Caesar Borgia. That's who you see in there. The illegitimate son of Pope Alexander VI. That's who you see up in there. And when people say that, oh, that's God. Do they not?
They do.
They do. Even in our black churches, you see fat folks fanning themselves with a fan. They got Caesar Borgia right on the fan. He in there. On they tied envelopes, whose face you see on there? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Caesar Borgia. Right there. Showing himself that he's God.
Thank you, Michelangelo.
Verse 7 now.
For the mystery of iniquity.
For what?
For the mystery of iniquity.
The mystery of iniquity. Come on.
Do already work.
Paul said this stuff is already going on right now. It's already working right now. You don't think that they was infiltrating them brothers' assemblies then? They infiltrating the assemblies now. You don't think they was doing it then? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. He said the mystery of iniquity is already working. These jokers is already trying to take this thing over right now. It's already working. Come on.
Only you who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Until this man is taken out of the way. We're not going to gain salvation until this man is taken out of the way. Give me 1 John 2 and 18, and then we're going to go into something.
1 John 2 and 18. Little children, it is the last time. And as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists.
Even now are there what?
Many Antichrists.
Many. There are many Antichrists. Come on.
Whereby we know that it is the last time.
It is the last time. There are many. Many. There's not just one. There's not just one little boy born. He got a little 6'6" under his head. Under his it is branded in the scalp under his hair. There's not just one. There's not just one. There's many of them. There's a whole nation of anti-messiahs. A whole nation of them.
Right.
Let's see. Let's see. Give me Revelations 13. Revelations 13.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13. What you want, 13?
Start at verse 1.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
This beast rose up out of the sea. Come on.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Did we read that earlier? Come on.
And upon his horns 10 crowns. And upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. And his
Wait a
feet.
minute. Read verse 1 again. We went too far. We went too fast. Go to verse 1 again.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea. And I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon his horns 10 crowns.
Uh-huh.
And upon his head,
Come on.
the name of blasphemy.
The name of blasphemy was on the head of this beast. On the head of this beast. Now, hold on, let me get it here. On the head of this beast. Now, let's name the heads of these beasts. The 7 heads that's on this beast are 7 great nations, or 7 main nations of the Edomite kingdom. And I know y'all got to know the name of these. If you gotta scramble back in your notepad and find it, I gotta know the name. But if you don't, I'm gonna give them to you anyway. Okay. All right. So let's run through it. Great Britain is 1. Russia is 2. Germany is 3. France is 4. Rome, Italy is 5. Spain is 6. And Greece is 7. So the 7 main countries of the Edomite kingdom, or the beast that came up out of the sea, are these 7. Great Britain, Russia, Germany, France, Rome, Italy, Spain, and Greece. Okay? Let's read verse 1 again.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads.
7 heads, Great Britain, Russia, Germany, France, Rome, Italy, Spain, Greece. Read.
And 10 horns.
And 10 horns. Let's deal with that. Come on. 10 crowns. Come on.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
And upon his horns 10 crowns. 10 horns. The crowns represent 10 kings. The crown represents 10 kings. All right? Let's see what these 10 kingdoms are. The 10 kingdoms are NATO. The 10 kingdoms are NATO. Now, you had America and you had Great Britain is the founding of what's known as NATO. Great Britain and America founded NATO. Right? These 2 countries collaborated in finding NATO. Let's get the 10 kingdoms that are in NATO. Y'all ready? Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Iceland, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, these are the 10 crowns upon the heads of the 10 horns. You got it? All right, let's go to verse 2.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Greece. The beast which you saw is like unto a leopard. That leopard represents Greece. Come on.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
His feet was like the feet of a bear. So Greece has the leopard as a animal symbol, right? Who has the bear right now today? Anybody know who has the bear? Russia has the bear. Russia has the bear as a symbol. Come on.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Who has the lion? Who has the lion? Great Britain. Great Britain has the lion as a symbol. Come on.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Read it again.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Read it again.
And the dragon gave him his power.
The dragon here is talking about the spiritual devil, Satan this time. The dragon gave him his power. Gave who his power? Gave Great Britain, Russia, Greece, and all the other 7 years, kingdoms and nations, 10 nations, their power. Have you noticed anything yet? All these nations are what? Edomite kingdoms. Edomite kingdoms. So read that last part again. He gave him his power.
And the dragon gave him his power. And his seat.
And he gave him his seat. Come on.
And great authority.
And gave him his great authority. Now you will wonder, how did the white man get so powerful, right? How did he come back from the caves of Georgia, Russia, and come into power, ruling the whole known world? How did that happen? Give me Matthew 4 and 5. Very easy. Very easy question to answer. Matthew 4 and 5.
Matthew 4, verse 5.
And read on down to 11.
Matthew 4, verses 5 through 11. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city.
The devil is talking to Yahushua at this point. Come on.
And setteth him on a pinnacle
He
of
said
the temple.
Yahushua on the pinnacle of the temple. Read.
And saith unto him,
What did he say?
If thou be the son of Yah,
If you really are the son of God, come on.
cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Come on.
Yehoshua said unto him,
What did he say?
It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Most High thy Yah. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain.
He took him this time to an exceedingly high mountain. Watch what the devil says to Yahushua. Come on.
And showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them.
He showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of. He showed him every kingdom there was. Everything. Come on.
And saith unto him,
What did he say?
All these things will I give thee,
I'm going to give you the whole world. Come on.
if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
And if you would just fall down and worship me, I'll give you everything. Come on, what did Yahushua tell him though?
Then saith Yahushua unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship only the Most High Yah, and him only shalt thou serve.
So this is what happened to the white man as well. He actually fell down to serve. He actually did fall down to serve the devil. That's why we call him what? The children of the devil. That's why Yahushua called them the synagogue of Satan, the assembly of Satan. He didn't just pull that out of his hat. He said that for a reason. He said this is the assembly of Satan. These are the sons of perdition. These are the sons of hell. This is the man of sin. This is the lawless one. This is the wicked of the earth. Now this ain't me making stuff up. Like I'm just mad at white folks because I want to be mad at white folks. I ain't even mad at them. Do your thing. I'm not mad. Just, we just got next. That's all. You know, we got next. All right. And forever. We got next. We next up forever. Let's go back to verse 3.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death.
One of the heads off the dragon was as it was wounded to death. So this happened in 193 AD when Rome fell. When Rome fell, one of his heads was wounded to death. Come on.
And his deadly wound was healed.
And it was wounded, like he was injured, but he didn't go away all the way. He didn't die all the way out. He just was hurt. And when he was hurt, what was it called? I know you know. What do they call that? In 193, when Rome fell, what do they call that? What happened? Drawing a blank. They called it the Dark Ages. It's called the Dark Ages. That's what happened. When Rome fell, they called it the Dark Ages. That deadly wound. Come on. And his daily wound was healed.
And I saw one of his heads as if it were wounded to death.
Uh-huh.
And his daily wound was healed.
Uh-huh.
And all the world wondered after the beast.
And all the world wondered after him. When the wound was healed, they called that the Renaissance era. They called that the Renaissance era. Give me Malachi 1 and 4. Malachi 1 and 4.
Malachi 1 verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Edom saith.
What did Edom say?
Whereas Edom saith,
Uh-huh.
we are impoverished.
That is the dark age. We are impoverished, meaning they were not in power. They had no power. They were in the caves of Georgia, Russia. They had no power. We are impoverished. We're poor. We're hurt. Come on.
Well, we will return and build the desolate places.
So we're going to come back and build the desolate places, meaning the Renaissance era. What year was the Renaissance era? You know? You got it? 1453. 1453 was the Renaissance era. Come on.
Thus saith the Most High of hosts,
Mm-hmm.
they shall build,
Uh-huh.
but I will throw down,
Uh-huh.
and they shall call them the border of
They're
wickedness.
going to call them the border of wickedness. Let's get through it real fast.
And the people against whom the Most High hath indignation
Mhm.
forever.
Indignation forever. Let's go back to Revelations.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 4.
Come on.
And they worshiped the dragon,
Mhm.
which gave power unto the beast.
So they worship the devil. Come on.
And they worshiped the beast,
Mm-hmm.
saying, who was like unto the beast?
Who was like unto the beast? Who was like Great Britain and America? Who was like these people? Come on.
Who was able to make war with him?
And who can make war with them? Who can make war with them? But this is prophesied by our father Isaac. This was prophesied by our father Isaac. Give me Genesis 27 and 38. I'm moving kind of fast because I need to get through it.
Genesis 27 verse 38.
Through 40. Mm-hmm.
Genesis 27, 38 through 40.
Mhm.
And Esau said unto his father,
What did he say?
hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Mm-hmm.
Bless me, even me also, O my father.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Crying. Come on.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him,
What did he say?
behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
Come on.
and of the dew of heaven from above.
You're going to live everywhere, and this is how you're going to live everywhere. Come on.
And by the sword shalt thou live.
And where?
And by the sword shalt thou live.
And by the sword, you're going to be a man of war. You're going to be a man of war. Come on.
And shalt serve thy brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass,
Come on.
when thou shalt have the dominion,
Mm-hmm.
that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
That already happened under David. Come on.
And Esau hated Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Was that it? 40? Yep. You went to 42? You was flowing. That's what I thought. In Matthew 24 and 23.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 23. And it reads, then if any man shall say unto you,
No, that's not what I want. I'm sorry. So give me First Maccabees.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not what I want.
The book of First Maccabees. What chapter?
First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1.
First Maccabees 1 and 1. And it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, hath smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, and he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
So Alexander the Greek was the first white man who decided to get all the tribes of the Edomite tribes, bring them together, and have one total kingdom. One total kingdom. Come on.
And made many wars.
He made many wars to do this. Come on.
And won many strongholds.
Uh-huh.
And slew the kings of the earth.
He killed many kings of the earth. Come on.
And went through to the ends of the earth.
Uh-huh.
And took spoils of many nations.
Uh-huh.
Insomuch
He
that
did so much of this. Come on.
the earth was quiet before him.
The earth was quiet before him. He wasn't much older than Noah. He's between Noah and Maccabee's age. He wasn't even Maccabee's age when he did this. He had the whole earth. He was the king of the earth. And he wasn't even your age yet. He was 20 when he did it. Come on.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
Come on.
And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings,
Come on.
who became tributaries unto him.
He was just 20 years old when he did it. Come on.
And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die.
You got that age real early. Come on.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth. And he parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive.
Come on.
So Alexander reigned 20 years.
12.
Well, 12 years. And then died.
Come on.
And his servant bare rule, every one in his place.
His servants after him, meaning the dudes that came up with him, that fought these wars with him. Every one of them, he said, "Yo, come here, y'all gonna have to rule everywhere we went. Y'all gonna have to rule because I'm getting ready to die." Come on.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And it really got sick then. When Esau took over and came into power, it really got sick then. So when Alexander came into power, I meant to give you the date. It was 336 BC when Alexander came into power. So when anybody tell you when did white power come in the earth, the first time the white folks started to rule the earth, it was in 336 BC. That's when they did it. That's when they began to rule.
Alexander the Great, you said?
Alexander the Great. I don't call him great because there's nothing great about that.
Right.
Was that it?
Yeah.
That was 10, wasn't it?
No, verse 9.
That was 9?
Yeah.
Give me verse 10, then we're going to be done with this.
And there came out of them a wicked ruler, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome. He reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. That's verse 10.
That was it?
Yeah.
All right, that's all I want. That's all I want. That's all I want. So this is the history of the so-called white man coming to the power in the year 336 BC. All right, give me Isaiah 14. We're almost done.
14.
No, give me Isaiah 14. Start at verse 16. Start at verse 16.
Isaiah 14, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Read it again. Because you can't believe it. Because listen, he's not as strong as us. He's not as fast as us. He's not as smart as us, in spite of what everybody thinks. So they that look up on him when Yahweh Shai come, we all gonna be look at this man. How did he control? How did he rule the world? And I'm not being. I guess I am being prejudiced, but I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I'm just saying that it's the truth. Even the way we built, you know what I'm saying. Even those weight charts that they have. Those are not our weight charts. No, they're not our weight charts. You know what I'm saying? We sit on a different frame. Our bodies are built differently. We sit on a much larger, our bones are more denser than theirs.
Right. Yeah, I'm overweight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You know, you take the young Ock right here, the youngest Ock right here. I ain't say his name because we're on camera. The youngest Ock, you take him to the doctor and they say he's obese. But he's not. He's not nowhere near it.
Or when they're babies, they say they're in the 90 or 100 percentile. They're always over the chart.
Over the chart. Over the chart. Our babies are. You know what I'm saying? Because they measure us by their their measurement, against their body frame. And we're just not the same. Not the same. Like we got, we got thighs and butts and stuff, and muscles, you know what I'm saying? Shoulders, and you know what I'm saying? We're just naturally big people. All right. Come on.
Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?
That did not let the captives go. I had to come down here and save my people because you will refuse to let my people go. He didn't open the prison houses, to let my people go. Is this the one? Is this him? Read.
All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
Come on.
But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pits, as a carcass trodden under feet.
20.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Verse 21 is where we're going.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children. That's how you know this is not spiritual. The spiritual demons. These are men. These are men we're talking about. Prepare slaughter for his children. Come on.
Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers, because them the same devils in the beginning that just came back. Them the same devils. Come on.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land.
Come on.
Nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Nor fill the. He's going to wipe the Edomite kingdom. They got to go. He's going to wipe them out. These sons of perdition, they have to go. The first Hebrews 13. This is it. I think this is it. Hebrews 13.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13.
Start at verse 5. Give me verse 5 and 6.
Verse 5 and 6. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have.
Come on.
For he hath said, I will never leave thee,
I will never leave thee,
nor forsake thee,
I will never forsake you.
so that we may boldly say, Yah is my helper,
Come on.
and I will not fear what man shall do unto me.
And do not fear Israel. Israel, do not fear. Do not fear. Hold on to that thought. He will never leave you, and he will never forsake you. Fear is not necessarily the problem. It's what you do with fear. That's an issue. Fear is not necessarily the problem. It's not. Because you're human. You're going to go through emotions. You're going to go through things. But fear is not necessarily an issue until you make it an issue. It's what you do with that fear that becomes an issue. Right? Because Yahweh Shah is not a savior that haven't been touched with every infirmity like unto us. You understand? He's been touched. He knows. He knows what we go through. You don't believe he feared? We can read where he feared. Let's go to Matthew. Matthew 26 and 36. And this is the last one for sure. Matthew 26 and 36 through 41.
Matthew 26:36 through 41. Then come Yehoshua with them unto a place called Gethsemane.
Gethsemane, yeah.
And saith unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder.
He told his disciples, his taught ones, hey, why don't y'all sit here? Y'all say, I'm going over yonder to pray. I'm going a little further to pray. Come on.
And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee. And
Peter, James, and John, he took them. Come on.
And began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then said
to
he...
be sorrowful and very heavy means he was in distraught. He was in distraught. He was in distraught. He was scared. He was in fear. He was in fear. Come on.
Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful.
My soul is, man, I'm scared. Listen, if you tell another man you scared, that means you in fear. If it listen, trust me, Captain Island, trust me. If I turn around and tell you, man, I'm scared, you better believe I'm scared. Because men don't normally do that. You know what I'm saying?
By that today.
Yeah. No, men don't normally tell you, you know, man, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? If you trust and believe, I'm terrified. If I turn around and say, hey, bro, I'm scared, bro. If I do that, that means, oh, this brother is scared. You understand what I'm saying? Come on. Yes. That's what Yahushua did to Keefer. He turned around to Keefer and said, hey, man, my soul's, man, I'm scared. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm in distress. I'm scared here. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
It's like, if you scared, what I'm supposed to do?
What I'm supposed to do?
I don't understand this. Matthew 26:38.
Yeah.
Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me.
Man, just watch my back. Kiefer, watch my back. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pray. Just watch. Don't let nobody run up on me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they after us right now. Because you know at this point, they were being sought after. Right? So he like, just watch me. I'm going to pray. Come on.
And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, Oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. And he cometh unto the disciples.
He said, Father, please, if this can pass, but not as thou wilt. That's what I'm saying. Fear is a problem when you make it a problem. It's not an issue until it is. Yahushua didn't make that an issue. He feared, and then he went and prayed. He said, but you know what? Whatever you want, that's what I'm going to do. Afraid and all, fearful and all, whatever you want, that's what I'm going to do. This is as an example, because we got things that's coming up on us in the earth, and I know you brothers and sisters is going to fear behind what you see. The sight of your eyes or what you see. You want to fear this thing. Come on.
Matthew 26:40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep.
He found his homeboy asleep.
And saith unto Peter.
He said, Peter, Keeper's the one he going to the whole time.
What? Did you not watch with me 1 hour?
You couldn't watch my back. I was just praying. I prayed over there I just prayed an hour. I was over there praying, and you couldn't just watch 1 hour, bro.
Fell asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
This is why I love y'all. I mean, come on, man. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just be going through it because I'll be seeing different stuff in the scripture, right? This brother, I mean, but Yahushua is bad, man. He said, listen, first of all, he got on Peter because he said, Peter, all right, you couldn't watch my back. I just went over there to pray. He's fussing. He's fussing right now. You understand what I'm saying? He went right from fussing to teaching. He did. He went, listen, read it again, man. He went right from fussing about, man, y'all can't watch. I just went over here to go pray. You can't watch my back. He went right from fussing to teaching mode.
You want to go back to 40?
41.
Okay. Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Nope. Yep, go back to 40 then. Go back to 40.
Matthew 26:40 and 41. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep.
Found them asleep.
And saith unto Peter, What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour?
You can't watch me 1 hour? Come on. Right? He fussing, right? You know what I'm saying? So you imagine how they looking, right? They looking like, oh yeah, we asleep. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Watch and pray.
He said, watch and pray.
That ye enter not into temptation.
Die teaching. Watch and pray that you don't enter into temptation. Come on.
The spirit indeed is willing,
The spirit, I know your spirit is willing. Come on.
but the flesh is weak.
But your flesh is weak. Now, can you imagine him how he talking? Because he's excited. He's in fear. He's emotional. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. So listen, watch and pray. Watch and pray for what's coming upon the children of Israel. Brothers and sisters, hold on to this truth if you're a believer. And if you're not a believer, don't be like them days of Noah. You got to get into this word and begin to believe on God. That being said, shalom, shalom.